Hey everyone, this is Roll with Paternity University. Long time no see. Haven't done a video in a while because, got to live life and run the business so I can have more content to talk about. So, in this one, I want to talk about something that I have not done before and my thoughts and opinions on it. So, I have not applied for nor have I received government contracting. And every once in a while, someone will come through and ask about government contracting, about for DNA testing, paternity testing. And I always say, like, I don't really have an answer on that, or here's my thoughts on it, because I don't have a government contract. And here is why. And I'm going to show some information that also kind of maybe supports my point a little bit. So, first and foremost, before anything, with government contracting, first off, you want to be operating your business and know your business, number one. So, you know, shortly after you buy the course or you want to start a paternity testing business, if you're in it for 3 weeks and you want to do government contracting, no, you need to know your business. You need to know your cost of goods sold. You need to know your turnaround time. You need to know your profit margins. You need to have social proof already for your business well before you even really start trying to go for government contracts or for government work, in my opinion, right? My professional opinion. Number two, um, most states and counties, and I'm going to say states, the state of Georgia or the state of wherever, North Carolina, whatever, they're already partnered with an AABB accredited lab. Most of these places that want contract paternity testing, they want an AABB accredited laboratory to actually do the testing, not a third party like us. We're third parties. We are resellers of paternity testing services. So they want the companies that already have the wherewithal and the vertically integrated solution to be able to offer statewide or countywide government level paternity testing. And that's usually DNA diagnostics or LabCorp. That's usually what that is, right? You could subcontract with those, but all right, cool. Now, I'm going to show you guys kind of where you can research this stuff because also with DNA testing for governments, they're normally not looking for paternity testing. They're looking for like actual genealogical or they're looking for actual like forensic DNA testing. And I'm going to show you guys shortly. All right. So here is a website that I just went to called instantmarkets.com. Instantmarkets.com is some kind of RFP or request for proposal government contracting website here. Okay. And so here is a couple of the active ones for DNA testing. All right, you type in DNA testing, no city state, this is just all the active ones, right? So here is one for in Mississippi, customized testing reporting services for human DNA testing. You would look at this information, a lot of this stuff it'll be explained in here. Um, I'm going to go to another one actually. This is one for the city of Phoenix here, to where what they're looking for. So this is biological and DNA analysis for here. Now I'm going to pull up another screen. Give me just a second. So this is the actual request for qualification for this for the city of Phoenix, right? This is what they're looking for. Now what I have highlighted is exactly what they're looking for. Okay. They're looking for biological screening for short tandem repeat and testing of sexual assault kits for violent and nonviolent crimes. All right. This is more so forensic DNA testing. This is not paternity testing. That's generally what these governments in these counties in these cities in these states and these municipalities, they're more so looking for DNA testing for forensic reasons, right? And quite frankly, as a regular paternity testing company, we don't have the means to do that. That's not what we do. We do paternity testing, not genetic testing. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up an article for another company here, um, for what ICE reward in 2019. ICE rewarded a contract for rapid DNA testing at the southwest border to prove fraudulent familiar relationship claims at the border for people trying to cross the border into the United States. And so they awarded this to this company called Bold Cellmark Forensics, right? And we go to their website here, Bold here, right here. They offer rapid DNA testing services. Now, quite frankly, I haven't really heard of rapid DNA testing, but if they can do it, then they can do it. But that means they probably have the means to actually conduct that on site. All right. If you have the means to conduct stuff like that on site and you're a AABB accredited, CLIA certified lab, then go for it. Go for that. But that's what these governments want. Okay. And also, they're going to more than likely award the contract to the lowest bidder, right? They're going to award the contract to the lowest bidder, which means that if let's just say, for example, right, you're competing with, let's just perfect example, you're competing with DDC and another couple of labs for paternity testing. Well, DDC can offer the lowest price on the contract because they control the entire means of production. If you were to offer that, you would have to pay DDC, and so therefore you or a lab, let's just say a lab, whatever lab it is. Therefore, you wouldn't be able to do it because your cost of goods sold is involved in that. So if they can offer paternity testing at $20 a person because they control the entire means of production, you can't offer that. You'd have to offer it for 150 bucks per person, if that, right? Because you don't control the mean, you don't actually test the samples, you're just collecting them and sending them. And so it's kind of like it's like an unstructured kind of rant as to why I haven't really applied for government contracting paternity testing because you have to control the means of production and you have to be AABB accredited and you have to be CLIA certified for that. Um, there was one in Maryland that I was looking at doing a couple of years ago, but when I went through the request for proposal and I sent it off, they said, "Do you have your AABB certification?" Something that costs a few $100,000 a year. I don't have that because I'm not a laboratory. I'm just a third party to do it. So now that doesn't mean that you can't make relationships with your local county and city courts and be able to either be referred by the court for paternity testing. So, like, get your name out there and on that docket, which is if a judge says, go get a paternity test, here are the places you can go get one to. You can be referred, but an actual contract, unless you originate that locally at your level, you develop relationships and then they award you a contract maybe locally, but the existing state ones that they have out there and say, hey, please give us this information, they usually want it for like forensic reasons, or if they want it for paternity, they already have one with DDC or LabCorp, or if they don't have one, they're going to renew it for the entire state, and you have to be AABB certified as an actual laboratory, not a collector. And by the way, you also have to have the means to actually fulfill that too. So if you're going to do something for the entire state of Texas, do you have the means and brick and mortars or collectors in every single county in every single city in the entire state of Texas to be able to pull that off basically immediately? Can you do that? If you can do that, then phenomenal. If you can't, then that's just not something. So the primarily my all in all, the answer is focus on building your business locally and getting the B2C clients, the B2C, business to consumer, the people who call you, and then make referrals. Get those relationships with OBGYNs, with pregnancy care centers, with labor and delivery, with courts if you can, just regular relationships. They can just send you referrals. That's probably your best bet to do that, for that. So those are my thoughts on it. That's the reasons kind of why I haven't done it. It might be a little bit long-winded, but I just wanted to say that and provide the information. But at the same time, also don't let me stop you. I just wanted to give you the information. So thank y'all so much. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all continuing to engage with the content. Until the next video, peace.